The person living with dementia may not remember the day, but they can enjoy the moment. It's very important that carers look after themselves. If they don't look after themselves and stay healthy, they can't look after the person they love. It's as simple as that. It's important that you don't feel guilty about taking a break. You need those little breaks. Don't ever feel guilty about it. It's imperative that you maintain some of your interests and your contacts, your social contacts, and don't let go of everything, because if you wrap yourself up so much with the person you care for, the day they go into a care home or they pass away, you've given it all away. Every carer has their own breaking point, and it's really important that you don't compare yourselves with other people, because everybody's experiences are different and how everybody copes with experiences are different. What bothers one person may be nothing to another, but then it could be the vice versa for another situation. Don't compare yourselves. Respite can be a difficult topic for people. They feel guilty if they put their person into respite in a care home, but it's important to access both residential and in-home respite. The in-home respite can be for an hour, 2 hours, weekly, fortnightly. It varies to your needs and what fits into your life and extra activities. That would involve somebody coming to your home. They'd get to know the person you're caring for, their likes, their dislikes, and form caring relationships. And it allows you to go out, have time with your friends, your social network, and your partner may enjoy just being in their own home. They can take them out for drives, for lunch. The scope is endless, really. The in-care home respite is also, I feel, very important. It helps get the person you care for used to being with other people. If you're lucky enough to have a facility locally, it means they can get used to the place that they may eventually live in. And by going regularly, it just helps break that barrier. Some people choose to access respite every 3 months or every 4 months for a week or two, so they can recharge their own batteries and their person they know is safe and well looked after. Other people I know who've had respite, between respite visits, they've actually gone up to the facility and taken their person up to have a cup of tea with the other residents. And again, it just keeps that little bit of familiarity with the facility and the staff, and they to him or her. And it means that when the next respite trip comes up, it's much more relaxed and there's a lot of familiarity and acceptance there. A really useful tool when people are having respite, whether it be in home or residential, is to have a list of things like their usual routine. So they like their cup of tea at 10, their shower at 11, their lunch at 1, whatever the norm, their usual situation is. So that as much as possible, the staff can keep to that routine. Obviously, it's not always totally possible, but they will do their best. Even things like what kind of clothes they like to wear, what foods they like or don't like. That kind of thing should always be taken into consideration by the staff. And if you have a list ready for them, it makes it much easier for everybody. If you like breakfast in bed, well, the staff might be able to accommodate with that. You just have to ask. Memory books are a great thing to take in with somebody going into a residential respite, but also useful for in-home respite. And we've discussed that before with all the family in it and past life experiences. And it just lets the other people know who they are. And I think that's important. Treat them as the person they've always been. Visitors' books can be handy, so that if, especially in residential respite, people pop in to visit, there's a little note of it. And you can then either ask them how they found your person, or for a topic of conversation with your person. Oh, I see Mabel visited. It's nice for both the carer and the person in respite. It's very important to listen to what your family and your professionals are saying to you about yourself and the person you're caring for. It could be you're not actually seeing how much they've deteriorated in some aspects, or you might not be realising how stressed, depressed, anxious you might be. And it is really important that you listen to your family. Really important. There's an awful lot of trial and error in everyday everything when you're trying to find the best outcomes for the person you're caring for. It's a case of just try and try again, a bit of lateral thinking, try and think outside the square as to what solution might work for you too. Don't get discouraged if things don't work. They might work for a little while and then things change. There's always a solution, we just have to find it. Remember, what works one day might not work the next day, but there will still be a solution. I highly recommend attending a Dementia Carer Support Group if there's one available in your area, and tapping into either Dementia Australia, Dementia Support Services, your local carers group. There'll be one. For us, obviously, it's New South Wales, but there'll be one in every state. And they can give you a lot of useful information. They can tell you where there are support groups. They can do counselling. There's an awful lot on offer if you go looking for it. Remember, one size never fits all. And you're all on a unique path with unique people, and there's help there and support there, and other people who've been on a similar journey who can actually help you.